You think you're safe. You walk into a room, you smile, you talk, you share, you laugh. And while you're doing all of this, you're bleeding. Not blood. Something worse. Power. Every single day you give away pieces of yourself. Small pieces. Tiny moments. A word here. A reaction there. And you don't even notice. But they notice. The people around you are watching. They're collecting data. They're building a file on you in their minds. Who you are. What you want. What scares you. What controls you. And the worst part, you're helping them do it. Niccolo Machiavelli understood something that most people will never learn. The world is not fair, it's not kind, it's a stage. And on that stage, there are actors and there are props. There are players and there are pieces. There are hunters and there are prey. Which one are you? Most people are prey. They don't mean to be. They just never learned the rules. They think being good is enough. They think being honest is a strength. They think showing emotion makes them human. Machiavelli would tell you something different. He would say that the world rewards those who understand the game, not the loudest person, not the nicest person, the person who sees clearly, the person who moves carefully, the person who guards what matters. Today, we're going to talk about 9 specific things you should never do in public. Not because you want to trick people, not because you want to be cruel, but because you want to keep what's yours, your peace, your power, your position. These 9 behaviors are invisible traps. You do them without thinking, and every time you do, you hand someone else the keys to your kingdom. This isn't about lying. This isn't about being fake. This is about understanding that the public world and the private world are 2 different places, and what works in one will destroy you in the other. Machiavelli wrote that it's better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. But here's what he really meant. It's better to be respected than understood. It's better to be mysterious than transparent. It's better to hold back than to spill over. Because when people understand you completely, they can predict you. And when they can predict you, they can control you. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds cold. This sounds calculated. This sounds like something a bad person would do. But ask yourself this. Who taught you that being an open book was good? Who told you that sharing everything was honest? Who convinced you that holding back was the same as lying? Those people were either naive or they wanted you weak. The strong understand boundaries. The powerful understand silence. The wise understand that not every thought needs to be spoken. Not every feeling needs to be displayed. Not every plan needs to be announced. There's a reason why the most successful people you know don't post everything online. There's a reason why the most respected leaders don't explain themselves constantly. There's a reason why the most dangerous people in any room are the quiet ones. They understand what Machiavelli understood. In public, you are always performing, and the performance that wins is not the loudest one, it's the most controlled one. Over the next 25 minutes, we're going to break down the 9 behaviors that are costing you respect, costing you power, costing you safety. Some of these you do every single day. Some of them you think are actually good traits. They're not. They're leaks, and every leak makes you weaker. But here's the good news. Once you see these behaviors clearly, once you understand why they're dangerous, you can stop them. Today, right now, this moment. And when you do, something shifts. People treat you differently. They listen more carefully. They test you less. They respect your boundaries because you finally have boundaries. This isn't about becoming someone you're not. This is about becoming who you actually are when you stop performing for everyone else. Machiavelli also said this: everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Think about that. The world only knows what you show them. So what are you showing them? Are you showing them strength or weakness, control or chaos, boundaries or desperation? By the end of this, you'll know exactly what you've been doing wrong. And more importantly, you'll know how to fix it. But I need to warn you, once you start applying these principles, some people won't like it. The people who are using you will feel it first. The people who are taking advantage of your openness will push back. They'll call you cold. They'll say you've changed. Good, that means it's working. Let's begin. Number 1. Never announce what you're about to do. This is the most common mistake, and it's killing your dreams before they even start. You get an idea, a good idea. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's a fitness goal, maybe it's a big life change. And what's the first thing you do? You tell everyone. You post it online. You tell your friends at dinner. You announce it to your family. You make it official in your mind by making it public. And then something strange happens. The idea starts to die. The motivation fades. The energy disappears. And 6 months later, nothing has changed except now people know you failed. Machiavelli understood this perfectly. He said that wise rulers conceal their intentions until the moment of action. Why? Because the moment you announce your plan, you create enemies you didn't even know you had. Your friend who's been stuck in the same job for 10 years, when you announce you're starting a business, something inside them breaks. Not because they hate you, because you're reminding them of their own inaction. So subconsciously, they start finding reasons why your idea won't work. Your family member who never took risks, when you announce you're making a big change, they feel judged. So they start planting seeds of doubt, not because they're evil, because your courage makes them uncomfortable with their own fear. But it's even deeper than that. There's something that happens in your brain when you announce a goal. You get a hit of dopamine, the same chemical you'd get from actually achieving the goal. Your brain can't tell the difference between talking about success and having success. So you announce the goal, you feel good, and your brain thinks the work is done. The energy that should have gone into action got wasted on announcement. Machiavelli would tell you this: move in silence. Let your results announce themselves. Don't tell people you're writing a book. Show up one day with a published book. Don't tell people you're getting in shape. Show up 6 months later transformed. There's a special kind of power in the person who disappears and returns different. No updates, no progress posts, no asking for opinions, just execution, just results, just proof. When you talk about what you're going to do, you're asking for permission. You're asking the world to approve. You're giving people the chance to talk you out of it, and they will. Not because your idea is bad, because most people are more comfortable with your staying the same than with your evolution. Stop asking. A lion doesn't announce it's going hunting. It just hunts. And when it's done, everyone knows. The people who succeed are not the ones with the most announcements. They're the ones with the most discipline. They understand that energy is finite. Every word you speak about your plans is energy that could have gone into your plans. Machiavelli also warned about this. He said that people judge by appearances and outcomes, not by your intentions, not by your announcements, by what actually happens. So if you want to be taken seriously, show them outcomes, show them proof, show them results. Let your life speak louder than your mouth. And here's what happens when you master this. People start noticing you differently. They stop seeing you as the person who talks about change. They start seeing you as the person who is change. You become unpredictable, mysterious, dangerous in the best way, because they can't track you anymore. They can't prepare for you. They can't plant doubt before you even start. By the time they realize what you've done, it's already done. This is the first rule. Guard your intentions like you guard your wallet. Because in many ways, your intentions are more valuable. Your wallet can be replaced. Your dreams, once poisoned by the opinions of others, are much harder to recover. This doesn't mean you become a robot. This doesn't mean you stop feeling. This means you become the master of when and where your feelings appear. You feel anger. Good. Anger is information. Anger tells you a boundary was crossed. But the man who explodes in public gives his power to whoever made him angry. The man who stays calm while angry, that man is terrifying, because his anger is controlled, and controlled anger is a weapon. You feel sad, feel it, but feel it in private. Feel it with people you trust. The world doesn't need to see your tears, not because tears are weak, but because the world will use your tears to measure you, and most people measure tears as weakness. Machiavelli said it's better to be feared than loved, but what he really meant was this: it's better to be respected than pitied. And the fastest way to be pitied is to show the world you're falling apart. Here's what you do instead. You create an inner circle. 2, maybe 3 people who have earned the right to see you without the mask. Your private counsel. The people who've proven they can hold your vulnerability without using it against you. With them, you can be human. With them, you can break. With them, you can show the weight you're carrying. But with everyone else, you remain composed. You remain steady. You remain the rock that doesn't move when the storm comes. This is not about being fake. This is about being strategic. Your emotions are real, but not everyone deserves access to them. Access is earned. Access is trust, and trust takes time. When you master this, people start seeing you differently. They stop trying to shake you. They stop testing you, because you've shown them that you cannot be moved by simple provocations. And the beautiful part, when you finally do show emotion, it matters. Because it's rare, because it's chosen, because it means something. Never explain yourself to people who don't matter. You know this feeling. Someone questions your choice. Maybe it's what you're wearing. Maybe it's your career path. Maybe it's how you're living your life. And immediately, you feel this need to explain, to justify, to make them understand why you did what you did. Stop right there. That's the trap. Machiavelli taught that explanation is a form of submission. When you explain yourself to someone who hasn't earned that explanation, you're putting them above you. You're saying, your opinion of me matters more than my own judgment. Here's the truth. Most people don't actually want to understand you. They want to feel superior to you. Their question isn't a real question. It's a test. They're rechecking to see if you re-confident in your choices, or if you crumble under their judgment. When you rush to explain, you fail the test. You show them that their opinion has power over you. You show them that you need their approval. And the moment you need someone's approval, you give them control. Machiavelli wrote that a wise prince does not answer to the court. He listens, he considers, but his decisions are his own. And he does not waste energy defending those decisions to people who have no stake in the outcome. Think about the people who command the most respect in your life. Do they explain themselves constantly? Do they justify every choice? Do they seek approval for their decisions? No. They simply do what they believe is right. And if someone doesn't like it, that's okay. Their confidence doesn't come from agreement. It comes from alignment with their own values. Here's how you know if someone deserves an explanation. Ask yourself these questions. Do they have skin in the game? Will my choice directly affect them? Have they earned my trust? Are they genuinely trying to understand, or are they trying to judge? If the answer to these questions is no, then your response should be simple. A smile, a nod, and silence. Or if you must speak, something brief. It works for me. That's it. No defense, no justification, no essay about your reasoning. The less you explain, the more powerful you become, because you re-showing the world that you don't need their permission to exist the way you exist. Machiavelli also said this: the people will judge you by results, not by your reasons. So stop giving reasons, start showing results. When someone questions your path and you don't defend it, something interesting happens. They become uncomfortable. They expected resistance. They expected defense. Your calm acceptance of their disapproval confuses them. And in that confusion, they realize their opinion doesn't matter to you. That realization shifts the power dynamic immediately. You're no longer below them, seeking approval. You're simply on a different path. And different doesn't need to be defended. Number 4. Never reveal your struggles while you're in them. Everyone loves a comeback story. Everyone loves to hear how someone overcame. Past tense. Overcame. Already done. Already survived. But nobody wants to watch you struggle in real time. Not really. Not in public. Machiavelli understood that weakness, even temporary weakness, invites attack. He said that fortune favors the bold, but more importantly, fortune favors those who appear strong even when they're not. When you broadcast your struggles, when you post about how hard things are, when you complain about your problems in public, you think you're being honest, you think you're being real, you think people will support you. Some will, the kind ones, the genuine ones, but most won't. Most will simply recalibrate how they see you. They'll move you down in their mental hierarchy. They'll start seeing you as someone who can't handle pressure, someone who breaks under weight. And the worst ones, they'll smile. They'll feel better about their own failures because now you're failing too. Your struggle makes them comfortable. Your pain validates their own stagnation. This is the dark truth that Machiavelli understood. People are not naturally good. They're not naturally evil either. They're naturally self-interested. And your weakness, your public weakness, serves their interest by making them feel less weak. So what do you do when you're struggling? When the money is tight? When the relationship is breaking? When the business is failing? When you're barely holding it together? You keep your mouth shut in public. You handle it in private. You find your small circle, the ones who've earned access, and you process it with them. You get help from people who can actually help, not from the crowd who can only watch. In public, you remain composed. Not fake, composed. There's a difference. Composed means you're carrying weight, but you're not collapsing under it. Composed means you acknowledge difficulty without dramatizing it. If someone asks how you're doing, you don't lie, but you don't bleed either. You say something simple. Working through some things, taking it one day at a time, moving forward. These phrases acknowledge reality without inviting pity. Machiavelli wrote that the prince must always appear strong, even in moments of weakness, because appearance shapes reality. When people believe you're strong, they treat you as strong. And when they treat you as strong, you become strong. This is not about pretending problems don't exist. This is about understanding that your problems are your private business until they become your public victory. Wait until you're on the other side. Wait until you've survived. Wait until the wound has become a scar. Then, and only then, can you share the story. Because now it's not a plea for help. It's proof of strength. It's evidence of survival. The struggling version of you needs protection, not exposure. Protect that version. Keep it safe. Keep it private. Let it heal away from the eyes of people who don't understand what you're building. And here's what happens when you do this. When you finally emerge from your struggle, transformed and stronger, people don't pity you. They respect you. They wonder how you did it. They wonder what you're made of, because you suffered in silence and won anyway. That's the power Machiavelli spoke of. The power of controlled perception. The power of strategic silence. Number 5. Never let them see you desperate. Desperation is blood in the water. The moment people sense you need something badly, the price goes up. The terms change. The respect disappears. Machiavelli taught that necessity is the mother of invention, but the appearance of necessity is the mother of exploitation. When you appear desperate, people don't help you out of kindness. They help you out of opportunity. Your desperation becomes their leverage. You need a job badly. Don't let them see it in the interview. The moment they sense desperation, the salary offered drops, because they know you'll take anything. You need a relationship badly. Don't let them see it on the date. The moment they sense desperation, the power shifts completely, because they know you'll accept less than you deserve. You need money badly. Don't let them see it in the negotiation. The moment they sense desperation, the deal becomes one-sided, because they know you have no other options. Desperation removes your ability to walk away, and the ability to walk away is your greatest source of power in any situation. Machiavelli said that the prince must never let others know his necessities, because the moment they know what you need, they control whether you get it. So how do you hide desperation when you genuinely need something? You create the appearance of options. Even if you only have one door open, you act like there are 3. Even if this is your only chance, you act like it's one of several. This isn't lying. This is protecting your negotiating position. This is maintaining your value in the marketplace of human interaction. You do this by never begging, never chasing, never explaining how badly you need this to work. You present yourself as someone who would like this opportunity, but who will be fine either way. And here's the strange magic of this approach. When you stop appearing desperate, opportunities multiply. When you're not chasing, people start coming to you, because desperation repels and confidence attracts. Even in your lowest moment, when everything is falling apart, you walk into that room like you have 3 backup plans. You speak like you're choosing them as much as they're choosing you. You maintain your dignity, even when your bank account says you have none. This is survival. This is strategy. This is what Machiavelli meant when he said fortune favors the prepared mind. Preparation includes controlling what people can see about your situation. Number 6. Never apologize when you're not wrong. We live in a world where people apologize for existing. Sorry to bother you. Sorry for taking up space. Sorry for having an opinion. Sorry for breathing your air. Stop it. An apology is an admission of wrongdoing. It's a statement that says, I made an error and I acknowledge it. But somewhere along the way, apology became a reflex, a social lubricant, a way to smooth over any tension even when you did nothing wrong. Machiavelli understood that unnecessary apology is a display of submission. It's you telling the world, I am beneath you. Please don't be angry with me. I'll shrink myself to make you comfortable. Every time you apologize when you're not wrong, you train people to see you as someone who accepts blame easily. And once they see that, they'll start putting blame on you for things that aren't your fault, because you've shown them you'll carry it. Here's the shift. When you're late, don't say sorry I'm late. Say thank you for waiting. See the difference. One is weakness. One is gratitude. One puts you below them. One puts you beside them. When you disagree, don't say sorry but I disagree. Say I see it differently. No apology needed. You're allowed to have a different view. You're allowed to take up space in the conversation. When someone is upset with you for something that isn't your fault, don't apologize to calm them down. Stay calm yourself. Let them sit in their own emotion. Their discomfort is not your responsibility to fix. Machiavelli wrote that a prince who apologizes too readily loses the respect of both his allies and his enemies, because apology, when misused, looks like fear, and fear invites attack. Now, let me be clear. When you're actually wrong, when you've hurt someone, when you've broken a promise, Apologize, mean it, fix it, don't repeat it. A real apology from someone who rarely apologizes carries weight. It matters, it means something. But save it for those moments. Don't waste it on existing. Don't waste it on having boundaries. Don't waste it on being human. Number 7. Never speak about money publicly. Whether you have it or you don't, talking about money in public is a losing game. Machiavelli understood that wealth creates envy, and envy creates enemies. If you're broke and you talk about it, people pity you. They stop seeing you as capable. They start seeing you as a charity case, and pity is just disrespect in a kind mask. If you're rich and you talk about it, people resent you. They don't celebrate your success. They calculate what you have that they don't, and that calculation turns into silent hatred. Machiavelli said that men forget the death of their father more quickly than the loss of their inheritance. Money triggers something primal in people. It's tied to survival, to status, to worth, and when you broadcast your financial position, you're playing with fire. Keep your money private. Let people wonder. Let them guess. Financial ambiguity is your friend. When they don't know if you're struggling or thriving, they can't use it against you. They can't adjust their treatment of you based on your bank account. The truly wealthy whisper. The truly poor pretend they're not. And the truly wise never discuss it at all. Number 8. Never gossip about others. When you speak badly about someone who isn't in the room, you teach everyone in the room how you'll speak about them when they're gone. Machiavelli understood that gossip is the tool of the powerless. It's how weak people try to feel strong. By tearing others down with words because they can't compete with actions. Every time you gossip, you leak information. You show your judgments. You reveal your insecurities. You demonstrate that you can't be trusted with sensitive information. Smart people watch who gossips, and they never tell that person anything important. Because gossipers are holes. Everything you pour into them spills out somewhere else. Be the person who listens to everything and repeats nothing. Be the black hole of information. Let people tell you their secrets. Nod, absorb, remember, but never redistribute. This makes you powerful in a way gossip never could, because now you hold knowledge without the reputation of being loose with it. People trust you, and trust is currency. Machiavelli taught that the wise prince listens much and speaks little. Information flows towards silence and away from noise. Number 9. Never perform your values publicly. The moment you announce your moral code, you create a standard you'll be measured against, and people love nothing more than watching someone fail to live up to their own standards. I'm always honest, I never lie, I'm a good person. These declarations are traps, because life is complex. Situations arise where your absolute rule meets reality and bends, and when it does, everyone who heard you declare yourself will point and call you a hypocrite. Machiavelli advised that the prince should appear virtuous but remain flexible. Rigid moral announcements remove your flexibility. They box you in. They give others a weapon to use against you. Live your values quietly. Let your actions demonstrate your character. Don't announce that you're disciplined. Just be disciplined. Don't announce that you're loyal. Just be loyal. Don't tell people what kind of person you are. Show them through years of consistent behavior. The person who talks about their values is performing. The person who lives their values is simply being. And being is always more powerful than performing. Closing. These 9 behaviors are not about becoming cold. They're not about becoming fake. They're about understanding that the public world and the private world operate by different rules. In private, with people you trust, you can be open, you can be vulnerable, you can be fully human. But in public, you must be strategic. You must guard what matters. You must understand that not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Machiavelli was not teaching evil. He was teaching survival. He was teaching effectiveness. He was showing us that the world is not always kind to the open-hearted and the naive. So starting today, watch yourself. Notice when you're about to do one of these 9 things, and pause. Ask yourself, does this person deserve this information? Does this situation require this display? Am I giving away power for no reason? Most of the time the answer will be yes, you are giving it away. So stop, keep it, build your fortress, not to keep everyone out, but to make sure that who gets in has earned it. The world will test you, people will push, they'll call you cold. They'll say you've changed. Let them, because you're not becoming less, you're becoming protected, you're becoming powerful, you're becoming sovereign. And sovereignty, as Machiavelli knew, is the only real freedom. Guard yourself, move carefully, speak little, observe much, and let your life speak louder than your words ever could. This is Iron Mind Forge, where we build unbreakable minds in a breakable world.